guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little quick review on a very brand new brow product. That is the Urban Decay Brow Blade. So I was like, you know what, I need to go get this and try it for myself because this looks really interesting. It's supposed to give you kind of the illusion of like micro blading your brow. And I was like, you know what, that sounds really cool. It's supposed to be waterproof pencil and an ink stain. So if you want to continue watching, then please go ahead and do so. Okay, so I'm bringing you guys in a little closer and we're gonna dig deep into this. This did retail for $26. At first I just thought it was the ink stain, but then I realized that there's also a pencil side of this, which I think is great because I can use the pencil side to kind of outline the shape of my brow, and then I can use the other side just to do the hair-like strokes in the front of the brow. So I'm really intrigued about this specific product. You guys know that this is like my baby, my ride or die, the Precisely My Brow. The only thing about this Urban Decay Brow Blade is that it doesn't come with a spoolie, so you're going to have to use a different spoolie to brush out your hairs and kind of get them in place before you start with any brow product. That's personally what I like to do. I feel like it just works best. I just want to go ahead and start off with this side, which is my more like groomed, my better brow, my favorite brow, the easier brow to work with. Okay, so first I'm gonna be starting off with the pencil side and outlining the brow, and this is in the shade Cafe Kitty, which is a warm medium brown. And I'm just gonna go ahead and outline my brow. It definitely feels very light, as you can see. It's nice and pigmented. Definitely one of those products that you can be a little bit more heavy-handed and it's not going to be so intense. So the pencil is not bad at all. So now I'm going to take the ink side and I'm going to start drawing those hair-like strokes. Angle the brush up. Like that, not bad. As you can see, the tip is very, very precise. So then I'm going back in with the pencil side and we're just gonna fill in any sparseness. I have to say, I really like the brow pencil because I feel like it is very smooth and very creamy for a pencil. So it's able to really go in and lightly fill in the brow. With some brow pencils, they're just very harsh, like right off the bat. And I feel like this one isn't like that at all. It's very, very fine. So you're able to really kind of go to your liking and fill in the brow, which I am a fan of. And then I'm taking a spoolie and just brushing them again, kind of brushing the areas where it may look a little harsh. Another tip I would give you guys is that when you're using this ink side, make sure that you kind of go upwards like this so that you're really able to draw the lines perfectly and kind of go along with the hairs that are on the brow, so it kind of gives you more hair-like strokes. Could I have gone in with a darker color? I could have, but I feel like I've been really into a more natural looking brow as opposed to going really, really dark. I used to be obsessed with that really, really dark vibe, but now I kind of like doing this type of brown. Now I'm gonna be taking my MAC paint pot in soft ochre and we're just gonna kind of highlight the brow. Like so. And you can see it just makes such a big difference and it really cleans the brow. I feel like it just looks like a more perfected version of my brow. You can see the difference between the brow done and the brow not done. Okay, so now we're gonna do the same thing with this brow, and this is our more problematic brow. So let's see how it does. Like I mentioned, first we're gonna be taking the waterproof pencil side and outlining it. This is the easiest way I feel like to do your brow, because I feel like it really allows you to create the outline, and then you can go back and fill in any sparseness. Once I'm done outlining the brow, I go ahead and take the ink side and start working on the front part of the brow. The cool thing about this ink stain is the fact that this is more so of like a pen consistency. So it kind of reminds me of a liquid eyeliner. It's so fine that I feel like it gives you more of a hair-like effect as opposed to using a brow pencil that kind of gives you a more intense pigmented effect. I love my Precise in my brow, but I do find that when I do those front hair-like strokes, it tends to look very intense because I'm working with a very pigmented pencil. So you just want to be mindful of that when you do work with those types of pencils, because then you want to go back and diffuse it. With this, you don't really have to diffuse it. You can kind of just work with what's going on. This is my first time really playing around with this pencil, and I can definitely see myself using it because I feel like it just gets the job done. I mean, even though this is my more problematic brow, I feel like I'm working pretty fast with it. When you first get a new brow pencil, it's going to be a little like hard to kind of mess with in the beginning, and that's just because it's so precise. But once you start playing with it and doing your brows your way, it starts to kind of shape towards the way that you do your brow, so that once you start using it and using it, it's so much easier to mess around with the pencil because it's already kind of angled to your liking. And then I'm just cleaning it up. So my brows aren't identical, they're sisters, they're not twins. Okay, so I am back. I finished my face and makeup, and I wanted to give you guys my in-depth thoughts on the brand new Brow Blade by Urban Decay. I personally feel like it's a really good product. It's very innovative, and I'm really happy that Urban Decay took a different route towards the way that they were going to come out with a brow product. I feel like we consistently see so many of the same style brow pencils that it's very nice that they took it to the next level. They incorporated a trend that is very in right now, which is microblading, giving you that very natural hair-like stroked brow that you can just wake up with and bam, you're ready to go. They incorporated that aspect of what's in right now in the beauty world, and they use it to their advantage to come out with a product. Microblading is a very expensive thing for a lot of people, and so I think it's good that they came out with techniques where you can really mess around with a brow product and do it whenever you want to do it. And you also have the advantage because you have a regular waterproof pencil side where you can really do the same thing you do with every other brow product that there is. So I really like the way that it all came together. I do quickly want to see how much there is on each side because it is half and half. Well, the pencil side has 0.05 grams, a little bit less than the Precisely full one, and the ink part has 0.01 ounces. So it definitely has less product, but I think $26 for having both on each side is a really good price point for what you're getting. So I really do think that that's fair enough. Another thing that I want to put into consideration with the ink side is that because it is ink, I feel like you have to use this every day, because if you don't put it to good use, then there's no point in getting it, because I feel like this is going to dry out sooner or later. It's kind of like a liquid pen liner where you have to make sure you use it because it will end up drying at some point. So you just want to keep that in mind, but it's a very fine, precise pen. I think it just is super easy to work with, especially to get those front hair-like strokes. Like I mentioned, I feel like it's kind of hard to do it with a pencil because pencils tend to be a little bit more of a pigmented consistency and a little bit harsher because they are thicker. This is very, very fine. Here it says that you have 6 months of use before it expires. Who would I recommend this to? Honestly, I would recommend this to anybody who really loves their brow products. I feel like this is another really cool brow product to add to your collection. It's so different than everything else we have here, like Precise in My Brows, e.l.f. brow pencils, Anastasia brow pencils. It really takes brows to the next level. Was I expecting Urban Decay to do something like this? Not really, because when I think of Urban Decay, I really think of like palettes and stuff like that, and just like eye pencils. I don't really think of brow products, but they really did a great job. I feel like they really blew it out of the park, and I am very pleased with my brows. It's always scary to branch into new brow products because I feel like we're all super crazy about our brows. When you think of brows, you think of brows makes the whole look. So you want something that's really gonna look amazing and you don't want it to fail. And I think that this definitely worked, especially as a first impression and trying it out. If you already have brow pencil that you just purchased like 2 days ago, or you have brow pencil that is fairly new, use that up and then use this, because the last thing you wanna do is buy this and then be switching on and off, because you're gonna have to use this pretty quickly. Like I mentioned, you have 6 months of use of this before it expires. So those are my thoughts. I think for $26, not bad at all for what you're getting. So yeah, I really hope that I answered all your guys' questions and I gave you guys a good in-depth review on this. I did want to throw this in there because I felt like this was really cool and super different than anything I've seen in the brow industry lately. And you guys know nowadays it's so easy for things to get overly saturated because people are constantly coming out similar things. So it's cool to see something that's a little bit different than what everybody else is doing. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you did. It lets me know to continue doing these types of videos. I love doing first impressions, reviews, all of that fun stuff. If there's any other product you want me to test out that's very new on the market, please leave it down below in the comment section. If you guys have any questions or experiences using the new Urban Decay Brow Blade, also please don't forget to leave it down below in the comment section. I love starting a conversation with you guys. It's so much fun and I feel like our friendship just keeps growing and growing. So if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. I would love for you to become a member of our family here on YouTube because I wouldn't want you guys to miss my fun videos for the world. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video, because why would you? So that being said, I love you guys so much and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.